Hi students, now I am taking direct tax of second year BCom. Under that the chapter is capital gain. Capital gain. So the problem is like this. Pawan purchased a site for rupees 60,000 in October 2007. So he purchased one site for 60,000 in the year 2007. He constructed a residential house on it. So in that site he constructed a house on it, which was completed in 2017 at a cost of rupees 8 lakh. So the house is constructed in the year 2017 at a cost of rupees 8 lakh. Then he sold the entire property. That means in this site the house is there. So with site and house, totally he sold the house for rupees 25 lakh. So total selling value is 25 lakh, and in bracket it is given the site was valued at rupees 5 lakh. That means selling value of the site is 5 lakh and house is 20 lakh. Once again, he sold the entire property in December 2018. So it is sold in the year 2018 for rupees 25 lakh. The value of the site is 5 lakh and house is 20 lakh. Next, and paid a brokerage of 25,000. So he is paid the total brokerage of rupees 25,000. In January 2019, he purchased a site for rupees 1,50,000 and deposited 7,50,000 in capital gain account scheme with the intention of utilizing the same for house construction. Compute taxable capital gain and exemption under 54F. So he has purchased one site and house. He sold the entire property. Then he purchased only the site and he is planned to purchase another house. Therefore, it is clearly given in the problem, compute the taxable capital gain and exemption available under section 54F. So under section 54, only if they are given under section 54 means it's both short term and long term. But if it is a 54F means it is applicable for the exemption of only long term capital gain. So our problem ಅಲ್ಲಿ 54F ನ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಷನ್ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 54F ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತದ್ದು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸೊ ಏನಾದರೂ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ. So here see the site is purchased in the year 2007 and sold in 2018, that is more than 3 years. So it is long term capital gain. So it is more than 3 years means it is long term capital gain. The house is purchased in the year 2017 and it is sold in the year 2018. So the house is sold before 3 years. So the capital gain is called as short term capital gain. So site is long term. So more than 3 years. Then house is less than 3 years. So it is short term capital gain. And total brokerage is given. Now we can solve the problem. So first we have to write computation of taxable capital gain. Computation of taxable capital gain. First we have to write the short term capital gain. Here short term capital gain is related to the house. So first we have to write the house. So first we have to write short term capital gain. Under that it is house. First we have to write the sale proceeds. So the house is sold for rupees 20 lakhs. So here we have to write 20 lakhs. less, it is short term, so there is no indexed cost of acquisition. We have to deduct only the cost of acquisition. So cost of acquisition, so I have not written the CII here. So the CII is given in the problem. CII is for 2007-8, it is 129. 2017-18, it is 272. Then 18-19, it is 280. So their cost of acquisition, so it is purchased in the 2017. So 80 lakh, 8 lakh into, so sold date is 280 divided by sorry, there is no indexed, only cost of acquisition. So cost of acquisition is the short term, so only cost of acquisition, no indexed cost here. All indexed cost accordingly, short term. So only cost of acquisition. Then next one is brokerage. So total brokerage is given, it is 25,000. Total 25,000. So we have to divide it. So we can take the proportion like this. We can take the proportion of sale. That is, one is 5 lakh is to house is sold for rupees 20 lakh. That is 5:20. 5:20. So we have to do the ratios. And the total amount ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ratios ನಾವು find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದರ ಬೇಸಲ್ಲಿ? It is based on the sale value. So sale is here 5 lakh and 20 lakh, that is 5:20. So the house is 20, site is, first one is site is 5. So here next we have to write it in bracket, out of 25,000, house is 20 plus 5, 25. So the brokerage here it is 20,000. We have to deduct 8 lakh 20,000. So outer column we will get 11 lakh 80,000. So remember here no deduction under section 854. It is clearly given only the deduction under section 854 F. It is only for the long term capital gain. So here no deduction, you should write the amount here only. Then we have to write the long term capital gain. Under that it is site, under that sale proceeds. Sale proceeds of the site is 5 lakh. It is long term, so less indexed cost of acquisition. So cost of acquisition is purchased for 60,000, sold in the year 1890, that is 280. Then purchased in the year 2007. So we have to take the CII of 2007. 2007 8 is 129. So divide by 129. So we get 1,30,233. So first column we have to write 1,30,233. 1,30,233. Then once again we have to deduct the brokerage. So how to calculate the brokerage? Out of 25,000, site is 5:20 means site is 5. 5 by 25. That means 5,000. 5,000. So outer column is 1,35,233. So deduct it, you will get 3,64,787. You will get 3,64,787. So we have to deduct the exemption under section 54F. Here we can continue. From this amount, we have to deduct exemption under section 54F. 54F, it is given new site purchased for rupees 1,50,000. Then capital gain account is also exempted under section 54F, that is 7,50,000. So we have total 9 lakh rupees, but capital gain is only 3,64,787. So in the last class I told that if the amount is less than the exemption, so the amount is limited to that amount only, that is capital gain amount only. So ಯಾವಾಗ exemption ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದ capital gain ಗಿಂತ ಆಗ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಉಂಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So it should be restricted to same amount, that is 3,64,787. So here it is nil. So first short term is there, last column, that is 11,80,000. 11,80,000. So the taxable capital gain here is 11,80,000. So this is the problem. It's over. Thank you.